Got to come up with a snazzy opening.
It should just be. It should just be like pencils twerking.
Pencils twerking.
Yes.
That'd be funny.
There's our official notification, I believe.
Think you chasing twerking pencils? That'd be cool. She's not twerking herself.
That's Nick Gibson.
Oh, is it?
Never mind.
Is he chasing the twerking pencils? Please, please. Where are the sup ass boys at? Yeah, here you go.
Sup ass boys is it's here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's in the house, but man, that didn't sound right coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Here's the sup ass boys.
Yeah.
Sup ass boys.
And the indie princess.
And the indie princess, yeah.
And the indie princess.
Yeah, well, how can we forget about you? Sorry about that.
Trademark.
Yeah.
Last Call Comics.
Yeah.
TM. Last Call Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Hey out there, everybody in Radio Land, and all 3 of you, 4 of you now watching us. Come on in, have a seat. Have a seat. There's still chairs in the front.
Yeah, we're going to talk about funny books in this crazy wackadoo industry.
There's no longer any food in the green room. I think you brought it out for you.
Yeah, I brought it all out. I don't see why they need it.
Yeah, okay. That's that crinkling you hear.
Mm-hmm. I don't see why they need it.
Yeah.
Those females gonna eat those Doritos only 2 weeks old. That's good eating.
Is that all? Only 2 weeks old?
That's good eating.
It's another Tuesday night.
Yeah. It's only Tuesday? Fuck.
It seems like a Friday already, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was hoping it was Friday.
We hope everybody out there is safe and well and not too terrified.
Lola said she's had a hell of a week already.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
I thought I was going to spend a week at the tire place. I had to make an appointment a week early,
Mm-hmm.
a week in advance, just to get a slow leak taken care of on my tire. So
I got to show everybody. We're going to hit our intro, but then I'm going to show everybody what I got for Father's Day. Pretty cool. Had a very late back Father's Day, but I did enjoy my gifts. So I'm going to show those. We're going to get into the show. I'm going to hit the intro. You guys hang tight, stay with us. Here we go.
Hold on.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
I was live from the comic book industry. that was live. That was how things are.
Jeppy looks good in white.
Yeah. Hello, everybody out there.
And young. He looks younger.
Wow. My name is Varian Grant. I am the founder of Indie Volt Media LLC and the co-founder, co-publisher of Last Call Comics, along with Lola there, the Indie Princess. I am a father, husband, geek, comic artist, publisher, writer, all that good stuff. Reluctant taxpayer, of course. And this is Indie Volt Live. I am joined by, as always, by the beautiful Indie Princess, the one and only Lola, who just waves. She just waves. And, of course, Mr. Zimmerman. Hello, sir. How are you?
I am good. Hello, everybody out there. I'm Randy Zimmerman. Been doing independent and alternative comics for a long, long time now. Arrow Comics, Massive Comics, Weeby Comics. They're all banners I printed under. Did freelance for a number of years. Worked on a lot of commercial stuff. I'm an award-winning commercial and graphic artist. And right now, my specialty seems to be doing advertising artwork that involves sequential art. So other than that, I run the Zim Geek channel here on YouTube whenever there's new content up, which has been a few months. That's ZIMMGEEK. So if you get a chance, check out the YouTube channel, Zim Geek. Like it and support it, and maybe I'll throw some new content up there soon.
And it's very important that your station gets some new content up there, because I usually watch everyone's streams at night. I push them. Well, I watch them on the TV, and it puts me to sleep. So,
oh yeah,
I
haven't popped up on a recommended list in a while.
I know. I mean, I'll get like 8 or 9 videos in. I'm like, especially when they get to those talking about like Batman series retrospectives. I'm like, okay, this is great, and I'm in it for like 20 minutes, and then it's like,
yeah,
no, this can't be happening.
I saw a great video by Vito the other day. It was like an hour long, talking about Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
dissecting the movie. I'm like going, yeah, 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 like a bobblehead doll, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So I want to talk about a couple
Yeah.
things I got for Father's Day. I got two very interesting books that I want to show. One came highly recommended because Mr. Zimmerman told me you need to make sure you get that book. So because my family always listens and gets me stuff that they know that I like and or want.
I wanted that Terry and the Pirates book for me.
I went no. I
Damn
went
it.
back. I went back to get the Terry and the Pirates book. It's still there, and there's a reason it's still there. It's $50.
Oh, no. Okay, I understand now.
I was like, but no. One of the books Randy told me to get was The Art of Ramona for Don.
Yes.
And Ramona just celebrated her 92nd, 93rd birthday.
Well, when it comes to comic masters, especially in that Silver Age era, right in there, beautiful, distinctive, unique look to her stuff. Just some gorgeous work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she went on to do Brenda Starr Reporter for many, 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 many years. Yeah.
And she just did a piece she posted like on her birthday.
Yeah.
But
I have a great pencil sketch by her in my sketchbook of Plastic Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But really,
book,
her main thing that she's known for is Aquaman and Metamorpho. Yeah, there's Metamorpho right there.
yeah. So I got this book, and I haven't gone through it yet, but I can't wait to go through this one because this one is probably going to be one that goes on the.
It's a keeper.
Yeah. So I got this one, and then.
And there's not a whole lot of female artists out there that stayed distinctive and was able to put up with the misogynistic BS of a typical comic book office of that era.
And we'll get into some of that and how that's actually affecting us now.
God bless her. You know.
Second one I got is from good old Jerry Conway.
Jerry with a G.
Yeah.
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 Isn't he a writer? He's a writer on Law and Order now. Web Slinger.
That's right. It's the unauthorized essays on your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Well, there you go.
So I'm going to be reading that. I tell people.
Wow, that looks a little thick too. Holy
crap!
Yeah. He has a lot to say about the Spider-Man, huh?
Yeah. Unauthorized. It says, from humble comic beginnings to blockbuster feature films, Peter Parker and his alter ego Spider-Man have fascinated fans for decades. Whether catching thieves like flies, clipping villains from Doc Ock to the Green Goblin, and struggling with his guilt over Uncle Ben's death on the big screen or on the page, his appeal is undeniable. Web Slinger explores what makes Spider-Man worthy of his wild popularity, drawing from both 40-plus years of comics and the first two feature films to gain insights into Peter Parker's psyche. With wit, intelligence, and an uncanny spider sense, Web Slinger's essayist shows us just what it is about the amazing Spider-Man that makes his struggles resonate so deeply with so many. And it's got a bunch of people in here.
Is that a Tomorrow's book? Who published that?
Ben Bella.
Who?
Ben Bella.
Ben Bella?
Yes, Ben Bella. Ben Bella.
BenBella? Never heard of him.
BenBella. Yep.
Yeah, Ben Bella. Okay.
Yeah, Ben Bella.
I guess I will have to look up that publisher.
Yep. Completely unauthorized, it says on the top.
I think that book's even thicker than the Stuff Said book I believe Mark Evanier kicked out of the conversations and interviews between about Stan and Jack.
Yeah.
They had about their careers. Yeah.
So I got those, and I can't wait to really dig into them. I haven't had opportunity yet. I had planned on it, but things keep coming up. So
I hear you.
Yeah, Eric's gonna be joining us at some point. He's gonna do some unboxing of some stuff that he got. Eric has a long list of books that he has not went through yet. So
he's got to go through a few rounds in the ring.
Yeah. Chuck says, funny, my wife's hardcover copy of The Art of Frank Cho came in today. Gorgeous. Frank Cho's art is always gorgeous.
I bet it is. Yeah. I love his Liberty Meadows.
Yeah. Lola got a book.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. She's like, huh? Digging. I don't know if you can get it from there, can?
Where did you put it?
Oh, your book is, you put your book on the back there. Oh, I took you put your book. Yeah, get up and get it. It's on the back.
I actually got a crowdfunding book within the last week. It's just not worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like that.
was only a year and 2 months late.
Oh, a year and 2 months late. Fly Fox Pro says high voltage. Hello, Fly Fox.
High voltage.
Yeah.
Fly Fox Pro. Awesome. Thanks for listening. By that magic noise,
We know that dreaded dinosaur is in the
Eric
back.
is in the house.
Well, and that's what Lola got. She
What'd
got
Lola get?
her favorite artist. She got a sketchbook or art book of her favorite artist, The Art of One, J. Scott Campbell. And I brought in Mr. Hodson, who he was waiting to see his book go up there.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Hey, Eric.
Listen, Eric, I ordered The Art of Eric Hodson. I pre-ordered the book. They told me to do out.
There is no such product. Who's ripping me off?
Yeah, apparently it's an Indie Vault production. I have no idea. Listen. I talked to the guy who owns Indie Vault, Varian Grant. He says that it's totally on. It says on the cover, totally unauthorized.
I mean,
totally illegal.
Okay, the authorized, unauthorized sketch, but there was some suspicious Russian bot activities on my website earlier today, so maybe that's what it was about.
Yeah.
Fly Fox Pro says J. Scott Campbell. I heard he draws pretty women.
I got an issue of what's that book that he did where it was like Danger Girl?
Yeah, that's one of the books he did.
I got issue number 1 of his with his signature on it.
Cool.
Do you? Don't tell Lola. Don't tell Lola. He
Take it from you.
yeah.
That $100.
She'll give it to you. She'll give you $100 for it too. So here, he sent her a let me see. I'll put that on the screen. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Black Cat, Alicia Hardy. Yeah, he's
sweet.
He sent her. He gave her a lanyard at MegaCon.
Awesome.
And I was upset. I was upset about that. Another man's art is hanging right there. I don't like it. So yeah. How was Father's Day just passed this weekend? Zim, how was yours?
Uneventful. Well, pretty uneventful. Yeah.
Just the way you like it.
Yeah. Went to my favorite spot and got my favorite food. And, got a card from one of the daughters. The other daughter got a card and a gift, but she also had a sick husband at home, so she couldn't quite make it over, which is fine.
Yeah.
And just hope Daniel feels better soon. He went in for a spinal tap, and apparently he was still leaking. So
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
Well, hopefully they've got the situation figured out. So
let's hope he gets better.
I think he's getting better. I haven't heard from her today yet, though, so I should probably call her.
And Dreaded, you got a haircut.
I did.
And
just on one side, though.
Yeah, he's rocky. Yeah, he's just on one side. Oh no, it's on
both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides. Just missed a little off the top. That's
got the faux hawk back.
Yeah,
frohawk or whatever I call it.
And how was your Father's Day?
It was nice. I went over to my parents' house and barbecued some ribs, which turned out wonderful. They were soaked in beer overnight with a bunch of seasonings, and then we put them on the grill with bourbon and brown sugar barbecue sauce from Guy Fieri.
Good thing you didn't soak them in Coke. Coca-Cola. Soak them in Coca-Cola overnight and see what happens.
No.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that recipe too, but
No.
it was wonderful.
Yeah.
The next morning you have soup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That is the power. That is the power of Coca-Cola.
Pour it on your paint job too. See what it does then.
My great grandmother had. She did not like using meat tenderizer, like the powder, And her belief was, if that can do that to meat, imagine what it's doing to the inside of my body. So she never liked using meat tenderizer, and it made me think like, a woman has a point. Maybe I shouldn't be using this shit. Tastes good. So guys, so I got my Ramona Verdun book. Don't worry, Randy, we're gonna make that Terry and the Pirates book happen at some point.
No, not at $50. You don't have to do that at all.
So guys,
half of that price, it's a bargain. But
yeah,
for that price, no.
So I'm gonna bring up the questions from this. We only got 2 real good ones, but we do got some Indie Vote.
2. We're slacking off.
Yeah, we got some Indie Vote live questions. Some of the questions were inappropriate to go in here.
Nobody has enough questions for the Sup Ass Boys, huh?
Yeah, That's never gonna go away. Now we're stuck with sup ass boys.
Sup, ass boys.
We're stuck with it. And it's like
Randy won't let it die.
well, I remember when do you remember when Eric, do you remember when Stone Cold first started saying what?
What?
Yeah. And so there was a point where he said Kurt Angle turned to Jericho and said, "We've been stuck with this shit for 6 months." And so it's one of those things where something happens, you're like, "Oh, we're stuck with this." Yep, exactly. We're stuck with this now. It's going nowhere.
It's going nowhere.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring this question up, and this is I took the liberty of actually editing some of it because it was quite
The verbiage was overly colorful.
yeah.
Remember, this program's rated TVMA DLSV, where the S stands for sup, ass boys.
Yeah.
So I learned this week that the industry is full of pervert. It's full of pervert looking to get their somethings wet. In exchange for entry into the ranks of the influencers, successful, and more. As if this industry could use another black eye. Kick out the bums, Ellis Stewart, all of them, now. That should have had an exclamation point behind now. And thanks, JP, and P should have had an exclamation or a period there. JP, thanks for writing in, buddy. We appreciate your input. Well, buddy might not have been the proper use of the term there, but because we don't know what J stands for.
Yeah, everyone can be a buddy.
But we do appreciate your input, and believe me, there's a lot of people that feel exactly the same you do.
Yeah. I mean,
What can we say?
We covered some stuff on Indie Vote. I'll bring that up a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, listen, we talked about it on Rob's show. Me and Randy were guests on Rob's new Indie Newswire this afternoon.
I want to know whatever their S's of whatever plural, their plural of plurals is there wet in exchange for entry.
It was weird.
Trying to figure it out.
It was weird because
Did they self-censor?
No, they didn't.
Censor themselves?
I censored them.
And you said that's probably too vile to be put on our program. What the hell?
It was.
When does that ever happen?
I don't think they meant of. I think they meant or. But it was to get their male genitalia and their female genitalia.
Oh, okay.
In exchange, yeah. And so I said, I'm not going to put that on the show.
They're P's of D's or they're D's of P's? Yeah.
They're D's of P's, yeah. But anyway, I think he meant to put or, but that was the way, I don't correct the Y unless I accidentally hit.
Welcome to the entertainment biz, JP, where everybody wants their P's or D's are wet in exchange for entry into the ranks of the influencer. If you really have to do that to get into comics, maybe you should think about your career path.
Speaking of Father's Day, by the way, I didn't get a chance. I know you brought it up, but Dave, the Supreme, hello everyone. Dave the Supreme got some of your artwork here today with Jax the Anderson, the book that you did for Rob. I got my package from Rob Anderson today, so it only took 7.5 months, but no, it took about 4 weeks, I think. Just about, maybe not 4 weeks, but it took a while. But we have to have
You're under attack.
Yeah.
Duck and cover, quick.
And you guys hear that? That was
you start hearing the explosions,
Yeah.
Sterling Heights days are numbered.
It's that was crazy. And again,
it's your neighbor's crazy motorcycle again. That's what it is.
Well,
get a muffler. Stick your head out of your trailer. Tell them to get a muffler.
Yeah, I can never be too sure because I heard we live really close to Selfridge, and I'm like,
well, that would probably explain it then.
Yeah,
then I still would duck.
Yeah, helicopter came through there and it rattled everything, and I'm watching my little Spawn figure like rock back and forth, and I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Could actually be an earthquake. It's about that time.
Yeah. What's
everything else weird has been happening this year? Let's have an earthquake.
Yeah, why not? Nice big earthquake. So yeah, JP, it's gonna keep happening, and yeah, we're full of perverts. But now, Randy, here's the question of the day. Sorry, I don't have the question of the day background. I cannot pull it up for some reason in Photoshop.
Question of the day background?
Yeah, I don't know if you ever noticed that, but when we have a question of the day, I actually have a background for it. Oh. A different background. But so yeah, I'll make sure that I pull it up and save it. I have it saved in the cloud library. And Eric,
It's
you
not
may have,
that one, huh?
you may have noticed Eric snickered. I think Eric snickered when I said the cloud library because it's the cloud library is only as reliable as the cloud. And I could not pull because like, oh, put everything on the cloud. No, don't put everything on the cloud. The cloud will bite you in the ass when you need it.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
So here you go, Randy. Here's the question of the day.
The question of the day is from Will S. Will Smith. We're honored that you wrote in. Next time, you don't have to just use an S in your name.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Yeah. So what do you do when you discover you've got a predator in your company? What steps should management take to remove such a person?
Gosh, I mean, you really need to address the invisibility issue. Otherwise, you might find other members of the company dead with their head and spinal cord ripped out.
Look for those 3 red dots flopping around.
Definitely. The green eyes are a giveaway. And if you can booby trap your office in the morning when you're coming in, maybe they'll trip it up. You'll notice some green blood. And
turn on the AC, because remember, they're attracted to heat.
That's true. That's true.
If you can get a xenomorph, and leave a xenomorph in the office, like before you leave.
We just lost 3 viewers.
Yeah. And they're like, these motherfuckers.
They're not taking that question seriously. Click.
Yeah, leave a xenomorph in the office and see what happens.
F these guys.
I think a xenomorph could help you out.
I'll tell you what, if you do have any type of predator in your midst, I mean, they are one ugly MFer.
Yeah. They didn't take the mask off. No.
And that you don't have time to bleed. I ain't got time to bleed.
If we take the question seriously, we're talking about
we do. Sorry.
Well,
also, sorry we couldn't quote any of your movies. But
yeah. I just did. Oh, hell no.
Giant mechanical spiders. Not quite our thing.
Giant mechanical spider. Hell no.
Hell no.
Bad Boys 1. Oh, hell no. Bad Boys 2. Oh, hell no, Marcus. Bad Boys 3. Oh, hell no. So yeah, Gemini Man. Oh, hell no. So yeah, it's there. I've quoted all of his movies.
Independence Day.
Oh, hell no. And then what is it? Suicide Squad? Well, it'd be some type of Suicide Squad, huh? Hell no. That's his line, man.
So what do you do when you discover you've got a predator in your company?
You remove them, but you do it by you do it quickly. Do it quickly. Don't sit and wait.
Well, the first thing you can't do is run and hide and ignore the problem and think that it's just going to go away. Because stuff like this never goes away. It always comes back, and it usually comes back even stronger the second time. It's like the bug. It comes back stronger on the second wave than it does on the first. And if things aren't done then or acknowledged, it comes back stronger again on the third wave. And it's not going to go away. It's a problem that absolutely has to be addressed and taken care of. Now, whether that means they are excised from the company, if that means that you have this person do a total mea culpa and get into counseling and disappear for 6 months to reflect upon what he's doing or whatever. The thing you don't want from your company is to have the person disappear for a couple of freaking weeks and then come back like there's nothing wrong. And then reward him or her by business as usual. That is a fucking embarrassment.
Well, listen.
Oh, am I on my box again?
Randy, listen. Listen.
Hang on. Let me get off that box.
Okay, everybody. It's time for everybody to know the truth. I ate all the red Starbursts in the Indie Vote offices. Okay, Randy went to HR. I was suspended for 2 weeks and then came back. And now Randy's on the soapbox about it because
pretend like nothing's there. You leave the Starburst alone in the green room, goddammit.
And he doesn't feel I was.
I don't much care for the Starburst, but when you eat all the Cheetos, there's a problem.
Randy doesn't feel I was punished severely enough for my for my Starburst.
Well, that's because you stood up there and said, "Oh, if I hurt you, I'm sorry." It just didn't strike me as remotely genuine. That's all.
While I was still eating Starburst.
Yeah. Oh, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. And you see all my photos? I've got photos with red starbursts all over the place. And I'm winking in a lot of them. Anyway.
I think that you have to remove
Conquest. Anyway.
I will.
God damn you and your red starbursts.
I'd remove them. I'd remove the person very quickly. But you have to keep in mind there are contracts that are important.
If you're a decent company, those contracts also include a moral cause that you can pull that parachute on pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, and I think I would think it would be pushback from the staff who would be saying, I mean, hey, I don't feel like being a part of a company that has this person. I mean,
just like Eric, all the staff around Last Call were really upset when they found out all the red starbursts were gone.
Oh man, they were pissed. But I mean, in all seriousness, me and Eric are involved with a group right now who went over a social media and what do you call it, ethical clause or ethical we had a meeting about that.
In fact, in the comments, Ralph Griffith says, "So the new company is announced."
Yeah. Terraform. I mean, but Eric, I'm like Luke will get mad for saying this, but we had a discussion about how we were to behave in public. Social media. Were you there for that, Eric?
Yeah, I believe so. This doesn't sound like something I'm not aware of.
Yeah, but
it's all a fog to him now.
Yeah,
I can pick on you because I wasn't there.
We had a meeting about it, and I've pushed the envelope a few times because that's what I am. I'm a habitual envelope pusher.
Depends on how involved in the company the person is how you handle it. That's what Ralph Griffith says.
Here's the thing about that. When you're a public entity of any kind, you have to have a certain amount of self-censorship and measured thinking because you're representing yourself as a brand. If you're by yourself, if you're alone, you have to be a professional business person. And if you're a part of a company, when you represent that company, you're a part of that company.
You have the integrity of that brand.
Exactly. And you don't want to diminish that.
For. Yep.
Exactly.
Totally diminish it by ignoring the problem.
As long as the brand is in agreement, with it, because obviously you don't want to go to lengths where you're really obstructing free speech. But in terms of what a company is and what the ecosystem should be, you don't need the one loose cannon bringing down a whole bunch of flack on you, or the two loose cannons, or whatever the situation may be. You don't want them misrepresenting your brand, your company, because it's just going to sully and
I'm sorry, Eric. I'm wondering if canon is the right metaphor.
Never
mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
derailed.
I resemble those remarks, Eric, and I want to take this. I'm purporting you to HR.
That's because Last Call has been branded as that company where the red Starburst gobblers are from. It's a reputation you're never going to outgrow.
As long as the company ecosystem is gun ho for it, then that's fine.
Maybe the rest of the company loves people who eat and gobble up all of the red starbursts.
Yeah, maybe the name of the company is No Red Starbursts.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
if not, they will be very shortly because it's a very small industry. Everybody knows everybody else's business.
You know what? If you guys ever taste the red Starburst, it's delicious. And
those are the best ones.
Yeah,
the yellow ones you throw away. The pink ones you give away when somebody asks for one, and you don't want to give up the red one.
Yeah,
it's better to use Starburst than like Almond Joy.
Or you could give you eat the Almond Joy, you give somebody the Mounds, give them the sadness.
Yep.
From Indie Vote Radio,
Michael Oden says, "Hey guys, hope all is well."
Hello, Michael. We have Omar. Yeah, he says, "Hello, guys. Been listening for a while. He wants to know if he can send us some of his comics. He'll send them, for free. He is from Argentina. His comics are
awesome.
His comics are in English. He wants us to know that they cost him quite a bit of money to print in Argentina.
No.
But if you
Really?
like to send us to him for free, Omar, I will send you.
We'll send you back a whole package of both of our products that we've
we'll
done
even
in the
stick
past.
we'll even stick some Eric stuff in there. How about that?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, why not?
we'll make it worth your while,
We'll
Omar.
find
Send
what
them.
Eric has printed, and we'll.
I want to see them. I really do. That's awesome. That you're in Argentina and printing comics. That's cool.
Yeah, he says
Love that.
he did say that it's written. His comic is written in English, perhaps very bad English, but he decided for us to see them. So
That's fine.
Yeah,
Omar, yeah, we'll definitely take them.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Sarah S in the house says, "Hey there, hey Sarah."
Grand Rapids Comic Con, our good friend Mark Hodges said, verify that it is true, then get rid of them, but verify first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there needs
Very
to be
true.
a time for internal investigation.
Yep.
And you come out as a company, say, hey, we heard about what happened, we are investigating. And
In this case, it was the red slobber that was all over his shirt.
oh yeah. I mean, look, I was
We
busted.
knew you had eaten those Starbursts.
I was busted. I was busted. It would help
Sarah
if I
says
didn't take
verify
pictures.
for sure. Yeah.
It would take over the Now they got me eating tropical Swedish fish. That's all I can have. They took all
There
the
you go. Yum.
I just ate all mine.
Yeah, okay. But
When are we picking these people up as a sponsor? That's what I want. to
Starburst, come on. They're like, not after what you said, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and then Sarah says verify for sure. Verify. As a company, get out there, say what you're gonna do. It is investigation, but you have to follow through with that investigation. And if because you can't just say there's gonna be investigation and nothing happens, because then people know that they've been lied to.
Oh yeah, we're looking into it. Wink, wink. Yeah, we're looking into it.
So you have to then go out there and do the investigation. Let people know what you're going to do in the meantime. So in the meantime, we have removed that person's either their work or have removed them from the office in the meantime.
And again, that would depend upon the veracity of the argument. If it was just a bad relationship, that's one thing. That's one thing entirely different from 15 other people where the victims are having to go through mental distress and extra drugs and who knows what else, medical procedures and I ran out of stuff to say without giving it away.
I do want to interject, though. We want to make sure that if you're handling something within a company, make sure it's verified.
Yeah.
You don't want to crucify someone based solely on accusations. If there's no evidence to back something up, then you might have a situation where, jerk A hates jerk B for different reasons and is going to try to, cancel them. We have the whole problem with cancel culture right now where
you have to handle it carefully, but you also have to handle it professionally.
Absolutely.
That's very true. I mean, guys, we have a culture now where you can get canceled for not really doing much.
Sarah here, and yes, my first name and last name are pronounced the same. Awesome.
So now, Sarah squared.
So now we have to stop calling you Sarah. We call you Sarah.
I've always called her Sarah because of the song. I said the song is about her. Sarah, what happened to you and I? Sarah.
I thought you were referring to the
no. There's the song,
but I guess I'm getting old.
There's the song Sarah by Starship. Yeah. Sarah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Evidence is key, and we've just learned that Eric's a bad singer.
Yeah. We have evidence of that.
It's atrocious.
Pops is in the house. If there's proof, removing the person should not be an issue. Yeah, you would think so.
Grandpa's Comic Con said there is a lot of he said, she said stuff out there. Can't do too much if neither side can verify their position. Dealing with two issues like this right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
And let's run over. I'm going to run over to Indie Vote.
Sarah Smiles, Hall & Oates. Now we're going to get into all of the different Sarah songs, of which there are lots.
So I just brought indievote.com onto the screen. And so two things we posted recently. And we're going to, since we're talking about.
We're going to talk about Florida Man?
Florida Man.
We'll talk about Florida Man. But first we're going to talk about Charles Bronstein, and what happened to him. Now, Charles was the executive director of the Comic Legal Defense Fund. If you don't know what that is, the Comic Legal Defense Fund is an organization that helps for the with the Rob's going to kill me for saying this, but the advocacy of comics and legal paying
the
paying
legal,
fees.
actually the legal advocacy of comics.
Right.
When a comic or comic store, comic creator gets into legal trouble and can't cover the bills, they can appeal to the CBLDF for not just covering legal fees, but also finding representation.
Right.
So and they have done, CBLDF has done a lot of very important and very good work over the years.
Yeah, I am worried that Mark Waid may have didn't get any chance to go to use them. That's weird. Anyway,
well, that would be an entirely different deal, especially if it's the current thing that he's in, because that's more of a personal suit, where CBLDF will come in on retailers and creators that have gotten into trouble, like with local ordinances, claiming that they were selling or creating pornography.
I would like to add, though, that I think there's a case to be made, an argument to be made, that Zach probably could have used them. Anyway,
he could have appealed to them. Yes, they would have. His side would have probably been listened to a little more than if Wade had appealed to them.
I'm going to read this though.
That's just my opinion.
From IndieVote.com. It says, the comic book industry has found itself in the middle of more sexual misconduct, accusations, and revelations last week. Should I read it in my transatlantic voice?
No, just
okay. All right. Allegations made back in 2006 against Comic Book Legal Defense Fund Executive Director Charles Bronstein have resurfaced. A tweet from writer Jennifer de Guzman called attention to the article from the Comics Journal that detailed Charles Bronstein's sexual assault against artist Taki Soma. If I get copyright,
and again, is this the second wave or the third wave or the fourth wave? But it just keeps coming back because it's not being properly addressed.
Yeah, and if I get copyright struck for this, I can't get copyright struck from my own website, but it's possible. But she called attention to it again, and other people started chiming in, including Brian Michael Bendis, who everybody knows Brian Michael.
Who's that
guy? Steve Flack. You don't want no Flack. Jamal Ingle, Taki herself,
Jamal Eagle.
Yeah,
Eagle.
And Randy, pronounce it again, Mike.
Scigliano. My eyes ain't what they used to be. Scigliano.
Who says that he alleges that Charles Bronstein harassed him for over 10 years due to his chronic illness and subsequent Crohn's disease diagnosis. So he was, he's a male that got harassed by this guy, but Taki says she was sexually.
Mark Wade has harassed me for over 20 years, but it's all been through his written work.
Yeah, I mean, look.
So I understand it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. Yours doesn't count because you brought it on yourself. You and you paid for it.
And I take that very personally.
But they got an advisory board, guys, and it was unclear at one point at the time this article went up last night. It was unclear if the advisory board was aware of what had happened. Now they have a regular board.
Mark wants to point out that CBLDF is more about defending freedom of speech and censorship issues like that. Mark Wade's legal issues right now is more about slander of another creator. I don't think it qualifies. So yeah.
It might not.
That's what we meant to say. We just didn't say it as succinctly as Mr. Hodges.
Very eloquently too.
Yeah. We gotta get Mark on the show. He can.
We do.
He's the heir apparent of the show.
Why does he keep ducking us? He's great in the comments, but he's not on the show. Come on.
Yeah,
he might not have the capabilities to.
We are going to mail him the capabilities,
and that might actually be a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean to mail him the capabilities.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Mail. We're gonna mail him the capabilities. We're gonna. But the CBLDF has two boards. They got a regular executive board and an advisory board. Between those two boards, though, you got guys like Dennis Kitchen, Reginald Hutland, Jim Lee, Paul Levitz, Neil Gaiman, Frank Miller, and Mike Richardson.
Sorry, that's Levitz.
Levitz, yeah. And no one knew they were aware of the. At the time this article went up on IndieVote.com, if they were aware of what had happened, because they had no one that spoke out about it at that point. But Frank Miller broke his silence at 7:06 p.m. I guess his time yesterday, June 22nd, and he said, "I stand with the victims of Charles Brownstein. I'm heartbroken to hear about his actions. I will no longer be supporting CBLDF." And then apparently they had an emergency virtual meeting, and they voted to remove him immediately. They released a statement removing him, and it took 14 years. But,
that's because they ignored the problem.
Yeah.
And it didn't go away. It didn't fade off. It didn't scurry into a rabbit hole. It will come back. It will come back to haunt them. Yeah.
Is the damage done, do you think? Can they recover from that?
Charles? Or what? CBLDF?
CBLDF,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, the CBLDF's done so much good work that I'm sure that they can get past this black eye rather easily. But the person that did it, I don't know.
No, he's probably done. DUNN done. I don't know where I got that from.
DUN.
Yeah.
DUN done.
Is it DUN done?
DUN done, yeah.
Okay.
or DUNN if you're Ben done. BUNN.
I was just thinking, like, it's like when I think about that, I'm like, let's see. I know a Chris Dunn. I know Ben Dunn.
That was a sideways reference to Anarchic Press.
Yeah.
Founded in 1984.
Keep that for no reason at all, other than our press jokes. But yeah, so that's how you do it. That's how you remove someone who has been acting up in your company. Now, having said that,
that's because you really have no choice, or else, like I said, it's just going to follow you and haunt you until the problem is addressed and taken care of. Because that now the board has come up and removed Brownstein because they realize that the black eye that has caused is not going away. So it has to be handled, and so he is removed.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, back in Florida.
Yeah, Florida man has been removed from comic book subreddit. The comic book /r subreddit removed him, and here's why. You guys love this. So
some of you will really love it.
Yeah. The article reads, like any member of a creative team, editor of Florida man and Bleeding Fool editor. I'm so sorry. Did not mean to label you as the Bleeding Cool editor. And Bleeding Fool, it's okay. It's right in the article. I just misspoke. Bleeding Fool editor-in-chief Chris Braley dropped the link to the Florida Man campaign to the subreddit in hopes of acquiring some new backers on the project. Also, that also features the talents of Barron and Mulrooney, only to find that the post had been removed by mods. That's odd.
It looks like a professional book.
Yeah. According to boundingthecomics.com, the reason for the removal was moderators removed posts from feeds for a variety of reasons, including keeping community safe, civil, and true to their purpose. To make matters worse for Braley, he also got a personal ban for what was labeled Comicsgate support. A moderator informed Braley that Comicsgate support is not tolerated on this subreddit, such as pro-Comicsgate websites like Bleeding Fool and Comicsgate-led crowdfunding campaigns like those from Chris Braley. You've been permanently banned from participating, is what he got. And again, it said what I just read to you. That's why. He asked, how did he get banned? I thought it was cool. And they told him, Comicsgate support is not tolerated on this subreddit. It's in their Rule 1, Be Civil. I'm going to read the Rule 1, Be Civil to you guys. The Rule 1, Be Civil rule from their code of conduct for this subreddit is racial, sexual, homophobic, or cultural slurs will result in a permanent ban. Fair enough. Do not disparage or differently able or threaten or incite harm against other users, creators, or industry professionals. I'm 100% with that. Any form of bigotry or support of hate groups, such as Comicsgate, is not permitted.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
While debate and differing views are encouraged, please keep all discussion on topic and do not resort to personal attacks. As a general rule, don't be a jerk. Individuals of every demographic are important and deserve representation, both in media and its creators behind media. Deliberately propagating forms of erasure belittling the wants and needs of other individuals, and similar complaints about forced diversity have no place in this community. Posts with comment patterns meeting certain negative criteria, such as excessive amounts of rule-breaking comments, may be locked at the moderation team's discretion.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
But of course, you know, you'd like to lock these people in a room and ask them to prove that Comicsgate is actually a hate group, and the people that they pull up are previous associates of Comicsgate that have since moved on because they don't fit the idealism of the movement.
Well, okay, but okay, I have a question, and this is my big concern about the whole thing. Guys, pendulums swing back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm telling everybody, please keep that in mind before you make comments, before you go out there, because pendulums swing back, and when they do, for some reason they seem to swing back harder. I know it doesn't make
we need a video now. We need a video clip of at least one or two of people getting hit in the nuts.
I know it doesn't make sense, but it just seems like when this whole thing shifts and turns back, it's gonna come back and start hitting people who have created, like, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. I'm sorry for the language, but it's gonna be a nightmare. Grandma's Comic-Con says, I think the CBODF will survive if they remove the issue of verification. Then they did the right thing. Can't blame the entire organization for the actions of one employee.
That's very
even
true.
if they are at the top of the heap. That is true. And I mean, you know, you Mark, you run a large organization, and I'm sure that, you know, things, you know, you get word, hey, this happened, and you know, you got to get on it. You know how quickly and how fast one has to move to do that, because especially if you can head the problem off before it happened, if you can head the problem off before it gets out to the media or gets out to, you know, us, you know, it's better that way. Oh, we were made aware of it. We removed them already. They're already gone. Pop says weak.
Pop says weak.
Yeah, weak.
He also says Mike Barron is a good dude.
Yes, Mike Barron is a good and an excellent writer. I cannot wait to get Florida Man in my hands.
Not just a good writer, but that might not have been the way you meant it to sound.
The comic book
with both hands pulling
in both hands
over and over again.
Something reading.
Can't wait to get Florida Man in your hands.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rob, be careful. Eric's headed for Florida in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Provided no last minute cancellations of Tampa Bay Comic-Con. It'd be great to be at the show.
They're already talking about banning large gatherings. So
No people.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I heard this great commentary from one of the podcasters that I watch who does commentary on finance and real estate and stuff. And he said because he lived in Florida, and the reason why cases are spiking is people love air conditioning and being indoors. So while the virus might be getting killed by the heat, people are all getting into groups wherever they can in the air conditioning, and air conditioning is very bad for filtering bacteria and viruses and stuff. So recirculated air, and that's why they're seeing spikes in the warmer states.
It's very true.
Terrible things are going on in the world right now.
Hopefully they get this handle, and you guys can get down there to Tampa and have a good show. We will be contacting Eric and a few other people down there during the show, getting some live feedback from Tampa Comic-Con.
Perhaps even a live remote.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to go for. We'll do a live remote broadcast from down there. I want to interview some creators, some people we know, and try to find some people we don't know.
That would be cool.
Some vendors.
Yeah.
And just kind of get a feel of how things are going. I'll even reach out to Lexi and see if she wants to come on. Lexi Doyle, the showrunner for Imaginarium.
Yeah.
and see if
Get
she
some
wants to talk about it.
endorsement spots.
One of the
Yeah.
first largest shows in the country since this whole thing started. So
Yep.
that'd be kind of cool to have. Also, I did want to bring up too while
Tim?
we finished with no. We're finished with this, but at the time this post was up there, Florida Man had reached $4,093 of a $7,500 goal on Indiegogo with 81 backers. I'm gonna go look at it now.
How much time I got left on it?
And obviously, that's just like with some of the other campaigns that we featured on here. This is obviously low because not enough people know this product exists.
Yeah.
Because it's really a top-notch product done by top-notch creators, and there's no reason the number on that should be so low.
Well, the bad publicity.
Oh, did I say solo? I didn't mean to say solo.
The bad publicity actually pushed it way above what it was supposed to be. So in one day,
they're funded.
Yeah, they're funded.
Now they're funded. Yes.
They were sitting at
40 days left.
Yep. They were sitting at that, and now they're funded.
The system works.
40 days left to go. Wow.
Do you file that under no publicity as bad publicity?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if they're not talking about you, that's how you really lose. Like some people's comic they just put out and nobody's talking about it.
Is that what it is?
I'm not either.
What? Who are you referring to?
I don't know the person's name. They had a name, then they got, then they become persona non grata.
They got disappeared.
Yeah.
No longer an issue.
Yeah, they're no longer.
Somebody's got a book out that used to be on the show.
Yeah, some type of project. I don't remember it.
Oh,
okay, well.
Gotcha.
Oh well. Anyway,
that I thought all that was closed.
I'm a dick. That's check this out though.
We're all Florida men.
So yeah, so that was Florida Man. It is funded. So
that's on Indiegogo, Florida Man.
That's right. That's right.
Take a look at it. It's very much a very competent and it looks really funny. And it's been a running gag for a long time. I really enjoy doing that on Facebook. Whenever you find a news headline, Florida Man does this and this. It's like the further adventures of Florida Man.
Okay, Varian, do this. Google Florida Man and your birth date and see what news story pops up.
I don't want to do that because
that's all. Let's all do that and see what happens.
You took that from my timeline.
I did. That was a lot of fun. Mine was hilarious.
All right. Florida Man and then mark my birthday.
Yeah.
Do I type my do I type the month or do I type
I just typed in the month and the day and then that's it. You don't have to type the year.
Okay, so I don't type the year. Okay. Do I spell the month out though or just put like
spell the month.
All right. Well, it sounds like something that would happen on my birthday. Florida man attacked by neighborhood squirrel who has residents on high alert.
Mine is Florida man in Spider-Man mask steals bottles from liquor store.
I got you beat.
What do you got?
Florida man arrested for allegedly breaking into a house and trying on baby clothes while holding a woman hostage.
I can't wait to go back to Florida. It sounds like the happiest place on earth.
So exciting. You never know what to expect from Florida Man.
Yeah, Florida Man is like that. Another episode of Florida Man. I feel like Florida Man is the type of show you got to watch drunk.
This segment alone should get that comic book up to $12,000.
Yeah, I think I can honestly see a movie out of all this where they go through and animate all of the different headlines. I think it'd be hilarious.
Mike Barron on the show, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Pops, if you can get it to happen, we love for it to happen. Yeah. GR Grandma's Camel Contest. Mine is doing cheeseburgers and pregnant women. You look hungry. Here, take it.
Cheeseburger for you. You get a cheeseburger.
All right,
you get a cheeseburger.
All right, Pops. What's your Florida Man story?
What's your Florida Man story?
Tell us, brother.
You can tell us. Why don't you do that, Florida Man, and your birthday, and let us know in the chat what your headline is.
Yeah. Let us know what your headline is. We'll read it here. Also, I want to bring up something, guys. I don't know if anyone else. Very early on, I was a very early adopter of Face App. some of you guys have seen it. But
Lord.
If you're watching on YouTube,
I have to tell you, Kyle Ritter is cuter than you.
yeah, Kyle Ritter, we get it. He looks thick, two C's.
Yeah.
But listen, if I would have been a girl, my name was gonna be Tia. And let me tell you something, Tia Grant here. Hey, look, I'll hit it for you, Randy. But she's quite the snack. She is a dish.
You're not a dish. You're a man.
But
you look like you're about ready to tell your bratty child, I ain't playing no more.
Yeah.
I don't like my mother. I don't look like my mother. I look like
the milkman.
Possibly. I want to know how come I'm lighter. I say she, but she's a lighter shade than I am. And maybe I took it from my aunt. That one, that's a bad yacht. That she demand. Listen, you got to have 3 jobs, okay? 3. Okay. I need my nails done. I used to have this idea. I said, if I was a girl, I'd never go hungry. So
I can't help but imagine the dancing style and the pole swinging capable of that.
Pop says it's Florida man story. Put it up on the board. It's good.
Pop says it's Florida man.
Florida man arrested after using wanted poster as Facebook photo.
Oh my goodness! Hey, we found him.
Dun, dun.
Like, oh, you.
It'd be like, is this you?
Yeah.
We're arresting you anyway.
I'm gonna put it up on screen though. This came out. I'm not sure who made it. The Men in Comics Say No pledge. I don't know if you guys want to take a look at it.
This is like Nancy Reagan. Just say no.
You can hashtag Comics Pledge. I'm gonna read it out.
Yeah, please hashtag Comics Pledge on Twitter and grab some popcorn.
Randy refused to read it, but I'm gonna read it.
I'll read it. There are a lot of ideals as we claim to honor in comics hope, justice, unity, innovation, which was a company owned by Dave Campetti, who was on the chat not too long ago.
Yeah.
Creativity and freedom.
Are we sure about that last one?
Freedom. Also one of my favorite dancers. None of them mean anything unless men in comics change their behavior and hold each other accountable for the safety of women and all people of marginalized genders and sexes. Because you know us nasty men.
Mm-hmm.
We are always to blame.
Well,
we are such cads. I pledge, to never abuse, harass, groom, or manipulate women and all people of marginalized genders and sexes. There goes my comb set. To hold myself accountable for my own actions, be open to the comments and concerns of my peers, and educate myself, which is what everybody needs to do anyway.
Hashtag
it don't have to be just a man to go out and get yourself educated. To actively intervene when we see or know of abuse, harassment, grooming, or manipulation. To ally for women and all people of marginalized genders and sexes experiencing abuse, harassment, grooming, and manipulation. I can tell you right now, you try to do that, and most of the time you're going to get your butt chewed off by the victims who don't want to be victimized. To actively call out our friends and peers, even when no one else is watching. To commit to this pledge for the long haul and keep this conversation alive in the industry. What's that, an asterisk? We understand marginalized genders and sexes to include, but not be limited to, non-binary, binary, trans people, two-spirit, gender and gender-fluid people, as well as intersex people of any gender. I wonder why they felt it necessary to pinpoint those. Anyway.
And they left out at least 100 different ones, I think.
Hashtag Comics Pledge. Well, you can, depending upon how you want to split that, you could have a paragraph, 3 pages long.
Well, here's the thing. And I've seen people post it today, and I like the spirit of where this document is headed. But it wasn't until I read another post, and I won't say the name of the person who put it up, but they said they called it toothless, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I read their reasoning behind why they said it was toothless. And they said people are posturing behind this. Some of the very people who commit the worst abuses in our industry are posting this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's oh, I just lost my entire train of
Well,
thought.
you know, it's like
Inexcusable.
it's like the white knight syndrome, where
Exactly.
you're the abuser, but you hide behind the "I'm the champion" thing in order to virtue signal and
Men, let's
clear your
do
name.
better. Men just need to do better.
The golden rule has been around forever. It comes straight out of scripture, and treat others the way you want to be treated, unless you're a masochist. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and your day will go by just fine.
Grab some empathy, get some courtesy.
The pledge shouldn't be targeted towards just men either.
Absolutely.
Bingo,
We
yeah.
do some of the same things that the men do. So why just target the men? Women have to be just as responsible.
But men are mostly responsible, or especially have been blamed to be responsible for that kind of behavior, especially in comics, because comics have been very gender specific for a long time. Granted, we're not that way as much anymore, but that's the large amount of the industry has been made up of male power fantasies and women in scantily clad outfits.
Speaking of that, Alex Henning said this Florida man poses a housewife to lure men to home where he secretly filmed sex acts for the web. This poetry living for? Never mind.
Maybe that particular Florida man needs to take this pledge.
That would all be saved with a mild release form.
Yeah.
I need you to sign this here before I, tear your clothes off. Oh, okay. Most men would go, yeah, okay, I could do that.
Random Channel says Florida
Random
man
Channel.
claiming to be Alice in Wonderland says hookah smoking caterpillar told him to destroy a liquor store with forklift.
Children,
That's better than mine. That's better than mine.
Don't do meth before you rob a bank
I could just see that.
or a liquor store.
Who are you to tell me not to break up the store?
Right? Is this meth use or is this LSD? I'm saying meth because it's Florida. If it was Beverly Hills, I'd say LSD, but
Not. I don't know if you can smoke meth like that in a.
that might be
hookah, can you?
bath salts. Who knows?
Yeah, I like my meth with bath salt. I just Ralph says, get back to making great comics. Leave this stuff to the police, lawyers, and judges. If you see something, report it and get back to creating.
That's very true. Yeah.
Harumph.
And I think that's really the spirit behind that pledge page. It's just that it's very, very pointed. It's kind of like a bad men type
It was clearly written by someone with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't know who wrote it. But I like the. Again, I like the idea.
Pop says shrooms.
Were they on shrooms when they wrote it? So they said no.
Kino Subway in the house.
My
Hello,
man,
everyone.
Kino Subway.
Hello,
We will
everyone.
see
Hello,
you at
Kino.
Steel City soon.
Thanks for listening in, buddy. What's our radio number?
Radio number. I'm glad you asked, Randy. It just jumped up. It is at 17,640. So
Is that because we were talking about Florida Man?
people are like, what is this Florida? I don't.
What's your
understand.
Florida Man story out there? Google Florida Man and your birth date.
Yep.
And see what kind of headline you get up, and let us know. Write it in the chat.
Yeah. It's
We've had some great ones.
Yeah. Florida Man is
Very classic.
yeah. I would think that with everything going on in the industry,
I looked under Michigan Man, and my birthday, all I get is a guy who's been sentenced for 40 to 60 years in prison for dismembering another person.
see,
Not as funny. Not as
Yeah. We do. I mean, we do it here. We're it's crime, we go sick here in Michigan.
It's too real. It's too real. No.
Yeah. Florida man is usually.
No, I need the raccoon telling him what to do to dismember bodies or something, or
Yeah.
Yes.
man dressed as clown dismembers other clowns.
Yeah. You know.
Murdered on my birthday.
What is that?
Steve Curebits on my Facebook page says Florida man accused of stabbing woman over undercooked potato. He says I'm pretty much pledging to do something I was going to do anyway. Yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
Florida man accused of stabbing woman over undercooked potato, huh? You know, man, you had your mouth set on that potato, and you get it, and it's undercooked, and it's enough.
They are difficult. I mean, we like to put ours in the microwave before we move it to the oven or vis-a-vis, just to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can understand that. I mean,
Meredith, and I'm afraid I'm not sure on the last name. I think it's Logram. Meredith from Terraform. Says, this is mine. Florida man tries to electrocute pregnant wife by rigging car battery to front door. Oof.
I hate to laugh at that one because of a pregnant lady in danger, but how elaborate.
I'm gonna kill her. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rig this battery. You know, like Florida man, shame on you.
Florida man creates elaborate Rube Goldberg device to fool authorities. You know, it's like,
Steve Curebits says, I do hate undercooked potatoes.
But is it stab worthy? Steve?
Never stab worthy.
It's like, you know, imagine that, like sitting there.
smooth.
Very smooth.
You can't get it.
He just scratched somebody with his package opener. For those of you in the radio.
Yeah. My
This dull plastic Spider-Man.
Toothless.
You know what's messed up is that I got this when I worked at a UPS store. My boss gave it to me. He said, "Here, you can have it for your birthday." And
that explains why it was made of plastic, so you don't hurt yourself.
Oh, this is nice rigid metal, but I need to get a new knife because the knife, the blade is super rusty. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's super rusty. I need to get a new blade.
Because you've cut too many people without cleaning the blade. That's what it is.
Grandpa says, or learn how to cook. Yeah, you can. Tracy Luckin says, naked Florida man chases couple around Chick-fil-A parking lot.
There you go.
My mother's is funny, you said? Well, what's it say?
Florida man arrested for DUI says he smoked pot to prepare for Jesus to return.
Amen.
So, I guess. I mean, why not? Steve says, not stab worthy, but I'm giving you 1 star on Google. Yeah, you should. 1 star, wife. That's all you get. Pop says, I shared the link to the madness and tag Mike. We'll see if he's awake. Yeah, if he's awake, you should pop in here. I like to have him on. I like to talk about it. And the fact that he's now passes. He's funded. He's good to go. There's no worries.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to him about that Nexus novel that he put in with what was that crowdfund where it was like a bonus book?
Oh, I forget. I forget the name of it. Maybe Pops knows. Pops, do you remember that? Tracy says, I guess I'm preparing for Jesus to return too then.
There we go.
Pop says, I backed that one.
He backed that one. Stacy's preparing to return for Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at. And I reached out. This person reached out to us, and I haven't heard from him yet. But the book is on demand, and I want to show this to you guys. The campaign stuff ships in August. It's still in demand, and we'll see if I can't get the creator of it on the show sometime. It's called Tilt on IndieGo. I don't know if you guys seen it.
No.
Here it is.
Look
Tilt.
at that.
And it's got stretch goals. Book is it's got PDFs, standard covers, $13 for a standard cover. The Rio Con variant cover. I do like this print though. I don't know why.
I like the coloring on it. Looks
Yeah,
cool.
the coloring on is gorgeous. You know
It's
what it kind of
unique.
reminds me of?
It's unique. It's not like a standard coloring job. It looks almost watercolor.
Yeah, you know whose art it kind of reminds me of in a way. I mean, in a way, it at first
Yours?
glance,
Yours?
I thought it was Anthony's.
Oh yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Oh, yep. Give him a link. This is gonna be great.
Yeah,
All right,
scroll
I
that
will.
up just a little bit.
All right, 1 second. Let me
Or
shoot
down.
that link over.
Scroll it down just a little.
Pops, I'm going to shoot that link to you. Okay, let me scroll that down.
There you go. No,
Stretch
back up,
goal.
back up.
Oh,
Right there, right there.
Yeah, there you go. Stretch goal is there. And we, you know, it's one of those things where when I came across this campaign, because the person wrote to me in the Indie Vault, and I totally missed it, and I apologize, but I'm gonna get him on the show very soon so that we can, you know, talk to him about this campaign. Book ships in August, but it's a gorgeous book. I'm sad and upset that I missed it. You know, I didn't get to talk about it. But Tilt, Hog Wild Comics, and looks good. I play the commercial, but I haven't gotten a chance yet. I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet because I might have, you know, copyrighted music in it.
Luckily, they passed their goal.
Yeah, they passed their goal, so
Yeah, but just barely. Just barely. And again, it's another product that looks really professionally done and deserves a lot more attention than what it's currently getting. I almost see a little bit of Mike Mignola in that cover.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see that too.
Well, look who has joined us. Let's get him in here. Let's say welcome everyone. Welcome, Mike.
Holy
Barron.
crap, Mr. Mike Barron.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very surprised to be here.
We're very surprised to have you on, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for coming on.
If anybody hears any gunshots behind me, it's just fireworks. Don't worry. Mike, thanks for coming on. Short notice. We didn't know we were going to have you tonight. But thanks for being here. I guess we got to kind of let Pop say it now.
Because of Pops, and I'm here.
Yeah. Mike, want to talk to you about what happened. Let me bring it back up on indievolt.com here. 1 second. You are the let me see here. 1 second.
While he's digging that up, Mike, I have to tell you, my wife absolutely loves Badgers. Been following it ever since it started.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, this guy's got his fingers into everything, man. Don't let him fool you. He is one of the busiest guys. He is one of the busiest guys in the industry right now. He's doing everything, man. It's crazy. I find his name all over the place.
His bibliography on Wikipedia is massive.
Massive.
All right, here we go. Let me bring it up on indievolt.com. So we're gonna talk about what happened with Florida Man this week. And sorry, for some reason my internet decided to start going slow right when we got everybody on here. But
do I need to jump over? Because I
got it.
All right.
So Indiegogo removed you from the subreddit. You posted a link, or the link was posted from Chris, and they took the subreddit down. And I'm pretty sure you've been talking to people all week about that, or since it happened anyway. But then we noticed today you guys totally crushed your funding goal. That's got to feel great. But the other thing is, I mean, were you upset at all when you found out that they were removing your link from subreddits?
I'd never heard of subreddit before.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yes, sir.
This is how you defeat cancel culture. I didn't even know. Who is that?
Thank you, Meredith.
Yeah, congrats on Florida Man. Kino Subway says, I back Doc Hawk's Tilt. He has been a nice guy. I backed 2 copies and got a set of playing cards. That's awesome, Kino. I definitely want to. Matter of fact, Kino is someone we want to have on the show too at some point. I'm gonna reach out to him too. But yeah, I think that when I first saw this, we put it on the site. We talked about it, and I remember telling Lola, I said, "Oh, he'll be funded by." I think I said Wednesday, so I was wrong. It's one of those things now where you start to wonder, like, well, you idiots, You know, you complained and complained, and you can't have this up there, and you got it. The man taken off your board, or the book taken off your board, and now the book's funded quick as hell. Now there's nowhere to go but up. And you didn't even know what it was. That's the he didn't even know.
This is called good marketing. See, he didn't have nothing to do with it, and he sold books.
That's the way it should work. Yeah.
That's great marketing. Now I've been pushing Mike's book. He was been on my cons, and you know, it's like I push his books a lot, and of course backed him. Woo! But you know, it's like when I saw that, I didn't really know who subreddit either was, but I was kind of mad. It was like, why are you dissing one of my boys? It was like I was instantly in the group going, look, now they're trying to cancel one of us. No, we're not having that. You know, it's like.
It was interesting to see them try, or well, not even try, but for them to ban a book, to ban a mention of it in our subreddit. But to say I was surprised, I couldn't even say that, unfortunately. Mike, how many people have reached out to you since it happened?
Pardon?
How many people have reached out to you since it happened?
A lot. The response has been very positive, and we're happy for it. As I said, I really had never heard of subreddit, and what's ironic is that the book is as apolitical as a book can be. Its only purpose is to make you laugh, and I guarantee it will make you laugh.
On that note, take us back to the genesis of putting this book together and coming up with it, because obviously we're all familiar with the Florida Man jokes. We've been Googling Florida Man on our birthday for the show tonight as a tip off to this book, and it's been hilarious. But what was the genesis of bringing this book together?
Every time I went on the internet, there was a new Florida Man story, and one day it just hit me like a bolt of lightning. Well, I got to tell this guy's story, and the challenge was to create a person who stands in, an iconic figure who would personify all these Florida Man stories, but not the more grotesque or cruel aspects, because in many respects, Gary is the most admirable character in the book. He's just got a hair-triggered temper. He's been in and out of trouble with the law his whole life. Did you look at the trailer?
No.
Let's play it.
We haven't played it. I can set that up here.
Okay.
How many people are listening right now?
Right now on the radio, we have 640 people listening. Thank you. I want to thank the UK. I want to thank France, and I want to thank Belgium. Actually, no, I want to thank Brazil. I'm sorry. And thank you guys for listening in. We've got Mike Barron, one of the minds behind Florida Man, here with us. And he's going to walk us through the genesis of the book. But we're about to play the trailer right now. So
here's the trailer.
We'll be ready.
All right.
Hey, man, y'all got beer still?
You've seen the stories. Now, writer Mike Barron and artist Todd Mulrooney are bringing the quintessential Florida Man, Gary Duba, to life. Gary's just a regular guy living in a trailer with his girlfriend Crystal, but he's got dreams, big dreams. He just invented house suspenders that will secure any home to the ground in rough weather. And now he's going to show them off on Piranha Pool, the TV show where venture capitalists and entrepreneurs pony up if they like your pitch. But when his gal Crystal gains notoriety as an infamous amateur wrestler, she quickly advances to the pro circuit where her greatest challenge is an angry Australian grappler. Follow Gary and Crystal on their extraordinary journey from rags to riches, to rags to riches, to rags to riches, all while dealing with shady lawyers, toilet snakes, wild gators, cheating hearts, feral hogs, and problem shoppers. Back Florida Man today and reserve your very own copy of the Florida Man graphic novel. We're bringing back funny books, y'all.
That's great. Fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That looks great. I don't see why anyone would not want to talk about that book.
The people who are complaining about something like this or trying to cancel it, they're never going to read it in the first place.
Sure.
Because they're just killjoys that hate life, hate themselves, so they got to bring trauma to somebody else to make themselves feel better. This book is 100% knocking it out of the park. I can't wait to read it.
Meredith said, can subreddit cancel themselves if no one notices? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I didn't even know you guys were a thing. Kino Subway says, you guys are talking about Tilt. I looked on my porch and there it was waiting for me. You guys are good luck, I guess. Yeah, listen, Kino, what you know, I just picked the phone and called and said, hey, Kino doesn't have his book. You got to get it to him now. So they actually drove it over. Now, that's good.
It's all variant's fault.
Kino, take a look at it. Let us know what you think of it. I've reached out to the creator and I want to have him on the show. So Ralph says that's classic. That trailer is really cool. That trailer makes you want the book now.
Yes.
Yep. Steve says well done, and Kino says great trailer, well done as well. Once again, that looks great. I want to back it now. I remember seeing the cover for Florida Man before and saying this looks great. I like the art. This is going to be good, and I picked on Rob about it because I'm like, Rob, you are Florida Man. You're from Florida. I mean, he's like, I'm not that Florida. I mean, yes, you are. Rob always said he's from New York. He's not from Florida. But
I'm laughing at the moonshine sanitizer.
Dude, it just looks hilarious. I'm gonna bag it just because it looks like hilarious, and we need way more hilarious right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very true.
It looks really good. Meredith says house suspenders are a real thing, y'all. I was in a trailer together about palmettos, a pretty name for cockroaches and rats, and house suspenders.
It's funny Meredith should say that because Gary grapples with cockroaches in the book, but they're never referred to as cockroaches. They're always referred to as palmetto bugs.
I understand that in the 60s, they in Cleveland, roaches were referred to as brown brothers, which I thought you can't do that nowadays. It's racially insensitive, but they would call them brown brothers. Like, really? And then like you guess at the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I would understand that, but yeah, it's kind of weird that everyone has their own name for roaches.
No, man. When I first moved out to Phoenix, they have sewer roaches, and they're out in the street. And they're like, big. They're not little roaches. They're big roaches. And they fly, and yeah.
You want to see a face? I'm gonna show you guys. The other day I was able to show Lola I forget type of moth it is, but it looks like a tarantula with wings. And Lola, you would like one? Look at that face. She loves animals, but tarantulas are where she draws the line. Like this, she'll play with snakes, anything else, but
swim with a 4-foot alligator.
Yeah, and listen, I'm telling you guys right now, it doesn't get any more Florida than her relatives who have been on the news for harboring animals like alligators and pigs and goats. Like when the news goes to liberate the animals from these people. And I'm like, those are relatives. Oh no.
I see a Florida woman book coming real soon.
Yeah, it'll be Lola. She'll be Florida woman. Swim with alligators. Like, you can't swim? Hell no, I'm not swimming. There's an alligator in the pool. She's got pictures with alligators.
That's in the book.
Yeah. See? You see how Florida y'all are? Y'all.
Now, I got a 2-part question. First of all, as a professional writer, I'm sure you do dozens, if not thousands of hours of research. Was this the most fun research for a book that you've done? And secondly, is this a one and done, or are we going to see further adventures of Florida Man?
Well, if it's a success, you're going to see more because I have an endless run of stories. If you go to floridaman.com, they carry every story they can, which is like tens of thousands of them. And you all know, you mentioned the Florida Man Challenge before. So, yeah, I'd love to do more. As far as research, I've been to Florida many times. I love Florida. But it was pretty easy. I mean, it's not like an historical novel, because I'd think of the idea and then I'd see if it had happened and where, and what I could use to incorporate that idea. And the biggest, there's a lot of invasive species. Let me just say that.
I've got a friend who says I'm not from Florida. I'm from Miami.
Yeah, I'm not a cockroach. I'm a palmetto bug.
Now, I've had Mike on the con a few times, and we've talked about Badger, and we've talked about the Nexus novel, and I think he was asking about the Nexus novel earlier, so I want to make sure he got the answer to his question. What that was about?
It's Nexus versus Galactus.
But Gormondo.
Yeah, we call him Gormondo, and it's an in-depth story. It really goes into detail and background on the world building and all the characters that are involved. It's much deeper than the comic book. But if you like Nexus, you'll recognize the character and you'll enjoy the story very much.
Cool. Steve wants to know, is that original music voice work you commissioned?
It wasn't me. It was Chris Brawley commissioned that. Chris put that together.
Okay. Cool. That was really good. And then Ralph Griffin says he's waiting for the Tiger King crossover.
Everybody says that.
You got to get those rights. Got to get Tiger King crossover going so we can. It looks good. I see you got a couple different perks. Randy, you mind scrolling up so we can go through the perks?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about the perks, the tiers.
The different tiers. Florida Man graphic novel, $25.
Mm-hmm.
USD. That there's a Florida Man autograph pack for $50. A retailer bundle for $100 for 6 copies.
Oh man, local comic shops that are listening to us. There you go.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's like getting easy. $300 worth of books for $100. $300 retail? No.
Well, you know what?
At least $150.
You know what I like doing too? I've been buying some retailer bundles for Indie Vote, so we can get back to giving comics away again.
Yeah. Yep.
What's in the beach party bundle?
That includes Florida Man digital version, Florida Man prose novel PDF, Florida Man print version, Florida Man T-shirt.
Not the novel, guys. We had to withdraw the novel because my publisher won't let me distribute the digital version on my own. But everything else, but you get the towel, and the towel is like the postcard, which is like the Coppertone ad, only a gator instead of a spaniel.
There you go, just like that up there.
That's it. Yeah, that's going to be a towel.
Cool.
Okay, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Who doesn't want that towel?
What size is the towel? Is it like?
It's going to be big. It's
Okay.
going to be big.
I just want the book and the towel.
You also get a metal lunchbox, your name and Florida Man.
Yeah, there's a lunchbox.
Wait, there's a metal lunchbox? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Be careful with that towel. Some people like to take it with them.
Mike's got this whole thing down as far as marketing and making it fun, trying to make it fun.
I know how to entertain, but the marketing is all Chris's.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then you get the postcards, the beach
And
towel.
postcards, yeah.
$150 gets you that, guys. That's a good. Listen, $50 more gets you the beach party bundle, or you can get the 6 copies. You and your buddies can all buy in. You got a cheap buddy, can't afford one. All right, asshole. We're gonna all chip in. We're gonna give you a copy.
We all got a friend like that.
Yeah. Be a ladies wrestling valet. Now this is right up Eric Hodson's alley. Mike, I don't know if you know this, but Eric draws a lot of wrestling art for High Spots. Is it High Spots, Eric?
Yeah, High Spots.
I don't want to get your
Starcast convention.
Yeah. Send him a link. He said he'd love to see it. Eric had to send him a link after the show at some point. He does.
You get the digital and print version on that ladies wrestling valet and art page. Your name and Florida Man and postcards.
I'm on Twitter as @BloodyRedBaron. You can send me a message there. Or if you follow me, I'll follow you.
I do follow you, so I am at Dreaded Dinosaur. So.
And ladies wrestling referee, $2,500. You get close to the ladies.
Cameo as a referee in multiple panels in the women's pro wrestling action scene. Send us your best headshot, and Todd will do the rest. This package also
Eric.
includes the digital and print editions with autographs,
Right.
your name in the book, and whatever other goodies we have lying around that
I'm
we
just
want to
saying.
give away.
I'm just saying, Eric Hodson wrestling print might be nice. Anyway, might be a nice last minute perk, stretch goal perk. Just saying, just saying. You can make that happen, Eric. You owe me. Anyway, let's see here what we have here. Oh, okay. There's Eric Hodson. Back to wrestling. Okay. Also, from Indie Vote Radio, question. This is from the UK. I've never been to the States, but I heard Florida is great for the spectacle of it all. It's like a ghetto Disneyland. Is it true? Disneyland is in Disneyland or
Disney World. Disney World is dead center in Florida. Yeah,
and,
it's the ghetto Disneyland.
You know,
what
listen,
are they telling people out there?
Yeah. What is see people see what you done, Florida? People in the UK are writing in thinking that this is what happens.
Also a great title if you wouldn't be sued by the mouse of a comic, Ghetto Disneyland.
Yeah, the mouse would be all
I mean,
over you.
full disclosure, I'm trying to convince my wife for us to retire because I love Florida so much, especially the Fort Lauderdale beach area. It's beautiful beach, just like in Miami, but it's cheaper.
Yeah. See, I don't know if you want to go cheaper than Florida. I don't know if you want to go cheaper. That's how it happens. That's how it all starts. Why did we drop Lola? Is she? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. Jumped out for a second. Okay.
She froze out.
Yeah, she'll be back. Maybe. We'll see. I do think that this book now you're funded, so there's nowhere to go but up from here. And you're planning to ship November 2020. Perfect Christmas gift. Get it under the tree. Will you guys plan on doing any Comic-Cons if they come back?
Sure.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, what? At least the Florida shows. My gosh, this would be great.
Yeah, I'd love to get back to Florida. I got a lot of friends here.
And then, now normally Pops finds a way to wiggle himself in everyone's comic. Is there any Pops cameos in the Florida Man graphic novel?
Pop, send us your picture.
We'll talk.
I always joke about Pops and Lola wiggling themselves in people's comics, and it's the weirdest thing. But I always joke with Lola about like people put you in the comics because they just want to draw the boobs. She's not. There's no video of Lola right now, but yeah, it's like they want to draw boobs, so she always gets in there like, "Oh, I drew Lola." It's like, no, you didn't. You drew boobs. What was that? Oh, yeah, there. See, yeah, see, yeah. I think it's the weirdest thing. I've been in Eric's comic. I've been in Dinosaur Man. So, was it
Yeah, you're a permanent character that runs a shady bar.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
That's what I do in Mojo. I run a bar, man.
It's got to be a shady. All right.
Yeah, well, it's like a black market, it's where you go for all your black market needs in post-apocalyptic New Orleans. I got you covered,
So now that you got Florida Man launched and you're over what you had, planned to fund it with, are there any perks that you like to see it hit? That you might have an idea for that you're like, man, if we get this amount, it's be great to do.
For me, the story's a thing. I didn't dream up any of those perks or levels. I couldn't do it. I'm lucky Chris came in and ran the campaign because I would not have been able to run the campaign. My wife Ann could run the campaign, but Chris has done an incredible job. For me, the story is everything. Blankets, towels, cups, lunch boxes, they're nice. But to me, the ultimate benefit is the story. And I say that pretty confidently. I think that people are going to be rolling with laughter. They're going to hurt.
I'll be honest with you. I've already told Mike this. I find books in my collection that have his name on them. and I read them all. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know I had this. I didn't know.
They're not all good.
It's like I find his name on a lot of stuff, and if you got a collection like mine, you got 3,000 books, you probably got some Mike Barron. Go read it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I love it.
Yep.
I found what is it, Magnus the robot fighter?
Oh gosh, yes.
I found that in my collection. It's like
Nexus.
I familiarized myself with Mike, and didn't even know I had. I had no idea I had so much stuff in my collection that he had his fingers on. Man, it was like, aye. And then I got to know him a little bit, doing cons with him and stuff, and. Yeah, man, he's definitely got himself a lifelong fan of me.
You know what's funny isn't it weird sometimes you pick up books and you read them and you put them to the side, think about who wrote them. Then you meet that person later, and then you realize, oh, like I did not know that we were sitting next to. I'm an idiot. First of all, I should preface that with I'm an idiot, but I was big, I was born in '82, so there's I was a big fan of Ninja Turtles, and there's a pretty popular Ninja Turtle book for kids they had my favorite turtle on it, Raphael. Pretty famous pose. I must have drew that pose like 1,000 times as a kid, trying to draw this picture. Well, just so happens I'm at Grand Rapids Comic-Con sitting with Randy, and the artist who drew the picture is right next to me. And I look on his desk and I see the book, and I'm like, well, what's he got that book up there for? Wait a minute. Guy Gilchrist. And I'm like, holy crap, Guy Gilchrist drew that. And I went over to him and I told him, and I'm like, your Ninja Turtle, you drawing the Turtles made me draw those characters over and over again, and you got me in trouble in school so much. Your book to school. I went ahead and told him, like, guy, you owe me. Yeah, you owe me, man. You got me in trouble. Got me spankings and everything when I got home.
What you said though, like for me, you guys know I just fell into all this, meeting all you guys and meeting all the artists and stuff through my group and through the virus and what happened. And for me, I was just a fan who read comics, and I'll be the first to admit that the credits weren't something I really looked at much.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew who my guys were. I knew who Simonson. I knew who my guys were, but I read a lot of stuff and never paid no attention to whose names were inside the cover of that book until I started meeting you guys. Now I look, everything I read, oh, I know that guy now.
Well, and two, now you have to look because you go on Twitter and find out they blocked you. I'm like, I didn't even do anything.
I just stay away from Twitter, man. One form of social media is enough to drive anybody crazy. Why would you infect yourself with more of that?
Twitter is quite the dumpster fire.
Yeah,
guys, I gotta bow out,
man. Okay. I have a hard enough time there. If I stay out of my news feed and stay in my group, I'm fine.
Mike, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thanks a lot for being on.
Back again.
Yeah,
I'd love to have you on, buddy.
We'll definitely schedule you to come on. Appreciate you coming on short notice.
Thanks, guys.
Yep,
thank you so much, and best of luck on Florida, man. We'll be looking forward to reading it.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day. Good night.
Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah. It's good seeing you, Mike.
And that was a joy and an honor.
That was great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could do that for you guys. I'll go ahead and get out your way now.
Yeah, appreciate that, Pops.
We got one more con coming up July 4th, and then hopefully you guys get back to cons and I won't have to do this no more. I mean, it's been fun, but I'll just like to do it as a winter thing, man. I don't know if I want to do it every month. Go back to work.
Yeah.
Go back to the cons,
Yeah.
It's good talking to you guys.
All right, Pops.
Take it easy, Pops.
Take care, Pops. We'll see you. Thanks again.
You bet.
It was cool having Mike in it, and
that was really a joy out of the blue when he said Mike. I didn't associate it with Mike Barron. Holy crap!
Very nice to have him in here, and Florida Man looks pretty good. I am excited for some of the books coming out this year. 2020 has been a dumpster fire of a year, but the comics have been pretty good.
Yeah, there's been some good stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of good books, if we have time, I can do an unboxing.
Sure, go ahead. Let's try to get to 3 of them or so. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Gonna blow you up full Full screen.
Well, I need to switch over to my table so I can.
Then I'm not going to blow you up full screen. There we go.
So give me a second to.
And while we're doing that, Randy, I want to go over to our radio numbers. Radio number is sitting at 34,811 people.
That's
listening.
because we had Mike Barron on. But
listening in on Indie Vote Radio. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that. Please stick with us. Right now, Eric is going to open up some books. Eric, move that damn package down. You're doxing yourself.
And again, everybody out there listening, that was on Indiegogo. You want to go to Florida, man, take a look at that. That's an amazing book. Super well-established writer, great competent artwork, just real professional, very polished-looking package. Don't pass it up. It's got 40 days left on the campaign. And we try to only shill the best of stuff here, and that's definitely part of it. And it's only got, let me switch over there. It's only got 8,632 on the package. And quite honestly, a book of that quality deserves another 0 at the end of it. So
absolutely.
Do look it over. At least another 0.
He's got a knife. Sorry.
Yeah. What you had, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
I just ordered the book. The shipping is incredibly reasonable. So hopefully he'll be shipping that out internationally as well. So don't be afraid to take a look at that on Indiegogo. It's Florida Man.
All right. I don't have a monitor on this side, so if I get out of frame, let me know.
Yeah, did you order that monitor, by the way, Eric?
I did order the monitor, yep. I did find out I can use my cell phone as a monitor, too. Yeah. But there's some weird audio issues with it, so I got to make sure it's all muted and turned off.
So what are we opening first? We don't know.
This is...
Let's just be surprised.
Yeah, let's be surprised.
Here we go.
Pop says, it's like I said, Mike's a good dude. Yes, he is.
Let's blow Eric up here and see what we got.
Intense bubble wrap.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
All right. Gunship Thunder Punch by Brian Shearer.
Oh, look at that.
I have been looking forward to this book ever since he announced it. For those who don't know Brian Shearer's art, he's been a mainstay with IDW for a long time in the G.I. Joe Transformer sphere as one of the regular contributing artists. I believe he still does, or maybe he's stopped now. But anyway, he basically made his own Transformer. This is a, you know me with my Dinosaur Man. It's a love song to the 80s. That's what we got here. So really excited to get this book.
Looks pretty thick.
All right.
Is that a trading card? Oh.
Yeah, we got a bookmark. We got a trading card of.
You just said that trading card to this. You see that trading card to the side for me.
Well,
I know how you are.
We got 2 trading cards here. So Thunder Punch and the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Nova Marcos. Yes.
Story and art: Brian Shearer with Eric Weathers as letterer, edited by Amanda L. Lamella. And the bookmark. The bric-a-brac here. Let's see. Beautiful art. He's
oh, look at that.
Totally illustrated in Clip Studio. He does live streams. I believe he's going to be joining us this Friday for Art of War.
Cool.
So that'll be fun. I got to make sure to remind him of that.
Now, is this a product that's still in demand? Do you know?
I believe it is still in demand, yes.
Okay.
He's just started fulfilling and shipping.
Look at that. That's a nice word.
You move the book up just a hair. There you go. Perfect.
Beautiful colors, nice
Look at
textures.
That. Yeah, love it.
Give me a few pages, because we don't want copyright strike.
I sincerely doubt he's going to copyright strike us. It's not like you can read the whole story.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a scanner that could scan a book with flat
and then take out the curves. Yeah. Well, neither does Varian yet.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, we'll see if that gets fulfilled.
It's sitting in a shipping container somewhere on the coast.
See, look how awesome this is. He basically made his own awesome Transformer.
Yeah.
This is the mothership that they fly around in. Got the Thunder Punches there. That's
kind of makes you wonder what those old Herb Trimpe drawn Shogun warriors would look like if it had this kind of great coloring.
Yeah.
and effects look on it. Just amazing stuff.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this arm. Look at the work that he put into that arm with the detail.
Yeah.
The weathering on there. That's gorgeous, and just the aesthetics of it too. We got this 80s looking 3D scan here and stuff. Just
His use of color really reminds me especially on the robotics of Ty Templeton.
Eric, it looks like behind you there, behind the book, there's a paper dial there. Go ahead.
I'm thinking Ken Stacy. Stacy on the coloring work like that. Yeah, just beautiful work. Very competent. Not your standard professional look. It's nice and bright.
We got some fan art in there. I'd be in the back of this book too if I wasn't so busy with Roddy Piper, but I got to get that book done first.
I like the little mechs in that advertisement. That's pretty
yeah, gorgeous stuff.
Yeah.
Book 2 coming soon. Don't miss it. Gunship-thunderpunch.com.
Cool.
Got some special thanks in there too.
Yeah.
And
pretty cool.
Beautiful book.
Yeah.
And let's see what do we got. We got a little bit more bric-a-brac.
You got a paper dial.
Yeah, paper doll.
Got your own Thunder Punch there.
Yeah.
Now, is that the whole unit or just the?
Yeah, you cut this out and you fold it.
Okay.
Slice on the little openings there to tuck and duck the little tabs and stuff.
Cute. Awesome.
So that'll be fun. Can't wait for that. We got time for one or two more?
Yeah,
we do.
We're doing an unboxing right now, so we just got looking at Gunship Thunder Punch. Eric just threw that in the mail. That is still funding. Is that on that? We believe that's still on demand on Indiegogo. So check that out. Gunship Thunder Punch.
Jumping over there right now.
Eric has a new book. Next, Ralph Griffin says, a lot of talking heads, but the action sequences look good. Talking heads, sorry, but the action sequences look good.
Yeah. No, it looks exciting. All right. So here's a nice, solid, thick box from Iconic Comics. This is another one I've been looking forward to.
No, apparently the Gunship Thunder Punch is closed.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. So you might have to wait for issue 2 before you can get issue 1.
Yeah, and I'll put a little secret out there for you guys. Sometimes if the book is sold out, sometimes you might be lucky enough to reach out to the creator and say, "Hey, I missed out. How can I get a copy?" A lot of these guys who are putting out books right now put customers first.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you reach out to them and say, "Hey, I missed the campaign. My buddy has this book. I want to know how to get my hands on one." If they got them, they'll say, "Hey, here's my PayPal. Send me out. You make the payment. I'll send you out a book."
And hopefully, if they're business savvy enough, they've got a couple of cases of the book sitting around. Just wait for that.
You want to order more than you need, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go with this nice boxing. Oh yeah, let's see.
Thank you for your support. This is Rags. I see Rags back there.
Rags is back there, and here's our man Weldon.
Punchline.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Kamen America.
There it is. Look at that cover. I see shiny.
Shiny, yeah.
Very shiny.
One of my favorite international artists, Genzamon. He did the cover here. Interior art by Timothy Lim, created by Timothy Lim and Mark Pellegrini. Volume 1.
Little sticker there at the bottom of your box.
Nice sealed bag here. Let's check this out. There's another gorgeous.
Fly Flux Pro says Punchline. And Kamen America is fire. So good. Pops is very nice book. Yeah. I don't know why Fly Fox Pro is such a Punchline fan. I don't get it. I'm just kidding.
Back off the camera just a hair so that we can see it.
Back up a little bit. Yep, there we go.
There you are.
Oh, there you go.
That's nice.
Nice little sticker there.
Yep.
Let me get the box out of the way. Ugh.
Yeah, Punchline and some of these other books, Rags, the artwork, the character design is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it really sticks out. And look at that. Look at the colors.
Yes. Nice and bright.
Randy pointed out to me how drab some of the modern comics are now, how muddy they are in colors. And now that I've been looking, like, he's right. He's got a good point. Look, it's nice. This is vibrant. This is
finding a good colorist, especially when you've got this slick of a book, this open of a manga style on your book, is so important. And this is really a super professional looking product. Just they should all be really proud of the way this looks. It looks to me, it looks awesome.
And yeah, I found anything with Tim's name on it is super professional, and I didn't have to wait for this at all. This was he basically had this done within a month of launching, and was already shipping, just before our problem hit globally. He was already getting this out.
So you probably bought into this campaign about 3 months ago.
I think it was January or February.
January,
and then the book came into March.
Even still, boom. Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
And I want to point.
Very impressive.
I want to point out something, Eric. Again, you're someone who backs a lot of these campaigns. I know a lot of people like that who back these campaigns, and they got the book sitting there. They haven't even gone through them yet, but they already know the quality is going to be, it's going to be higher than what they anticipated. So they're not like, opening to make sure the book is okay. They're like, oh yeah, this book came in. Okay, I'll set it to the side. See, they got a Lola picture there. That's pretty cool.
Incredibly tight stuff.
Yeah, Lola's time it's time to do a Kamen America cosplay set. I think you got the asses to pull it off.
Beautiful, beautiful work. Okay, I got one more here for you. Right.
Says the colors are amazing on that one. We're big fans of Versama Punchline as well.
Yep. That's Heroinberg. Even if folks look like we just missed Mike Barron, big Nexus fan from back in the day. It's fitting that he got banned from the comic subreddit. It is. And if you guys want to take a look at that, you totally can. Glad to have Mike Barron on. We're going to try to get him back pretty soon.
This cast, as well as all of the rest of them, are available on the Indie Vault YouTube channel.
Yep.
They're permanently archived up there for your listening and pointing at and laughing pleasure.
And Ralph says colors on that one are amazing.
Yes, they are. Yep.
And right now we're taking
this one. Full disclosure on this one, I missed out on this campaign when it originally went, and I reached out to the writer, who is we're mutual friends on Twitter, and he said, "You know what? Give me your address. I'll send you the book when you get it. If it's okay, you get it safely. PayPal me. I think it was like $15 or something." So he sent it out to me. Beautiful Gemini mailer. Oh. This is I will be saving this Gemini mailer for the Roddy Piper book to get mailed out in.
That was done to me today. I got a book in. My wife took the Gemini mailer. She had a book to return to college and put the book in the Gemini mailer and right back out of the book. The Gemini mailer had not been in Michigan 2 hours. And then before it is back on the road, now headed to Missouri.
Hey, these are sturdy things.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Soul Finder.
Oh, lyric! Look at that. I love that how shiny that logo is. I'm gonna steal that idea.
You know what? I thought this was a floppy comic.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge graphic novel. This has got some weight to it.
Show us the spine. There you go. Yeah, it is. It's a nice thick book.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is an example. Like I said, I missed out on the campaign. I said he's getting ready to do book 2, and I asked him if there's a chance of getting Soul Finder 1 with 2, and he said yes, but I do have some copies. And then of course the whole so give me your address and I'll send you one, and then you can just PayPal me later when you get it. So I PayPal'd him immediately after I got it. So we got a nice trading card there with foil on it.
Nice.
That's beautiful. a prayer to St. Michael. Artwork for the cover is by one of my favorites, Dave Dorman.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I don't. I can't recall anything from that we've seen from Dave Dorman lately.
Well,
It's been a couple years since I've heard that name.
Yeah. He did the Space Force one. That was the last book that I know that was
cool.
Put out on Indiegogo or Kickstarter or anything.
Yeah.
So here we have.
Meredith says that's gorgeous. Heroin Berg says.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
What? Who? What? Here.
So
Kamen looks good too. Not really into the manga art style, except for Empowered. But much respect to Tim Lim. He always delivers.
All right, so here we have written by Douglas Ernst, artwork by Timothy Lim, who did the book previously, The Kamen America. Colors by Brett Smith, covers by Dave Dorman, additional art by our man Matthew Weldon, who we had on the show for last week's Art of War.
Cool.
Yeah, it's real cool to have a lot of these guys who are doing fascinating work in comics. Mary, I just sent you a message, by the way. Harry, so Kamen looks good too. Not really into the manga art style except for Empowered.
Just read that.
Yep. And that looks good. Oh, I like the cat.
Yeah.
Plague Mask.
Yeah.
Very appropriate for today.
So it looks like we have some Angels versus Demons themes. Looking forward to doing this. Very, very well put together. A little bit darker of a style for Tim Lim's art, but again, he's a machine. He does really good work.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we look like we're being joined right now by Meredith from Terraform.
Yeah, let's bring her on in. There she
we
is.
Can't because she's. I was going to say Eric's full screen. So.
No,
Meredith, how you doing?
Hey, doing good. I wasn't expecting to be on camera, and I've been.
Oh, we can drop you back in the green room if you want. Just promise not to eat all the Cheetos.
Well, I'm gonna put Eric back to full screen. But
there we go.
You were talking about some of the books. I'm like, well, let's bring Meredith in. She's never been on the show, and that look at that.
Which is really our oversight. We should have had Meredith on a long time ago.
The comic noob Meredith. Eric, I like how that page shifts from red to blue.
Yeah.
It really pulls the eye in.
Really nice.
Yep.
Really good segue into with the action work. Thrusting this way and coming down, kind of cool off, and then you get right back into it.
Yeah. Meredith, when you see books like this, I mean, you said you're the comic noob. But when you see books like this,
NEWB, comic noob.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you see,
not noob. No.
Or the boob.
Yeah.
Or boob. Comic boob.
Don't you start wondering, well, wait, when the indie books start looking a lot better than the mainstream stuff?
I get really excited. I mean, I love a good story. I'm a writer first and foremost. So I get excited about a good story, but I love art. I think all creators, and creative people, if they can't appreciate good art, whether it's in movie form or music, comic books even, then they probably need to turn in their creator card, I mean, but this is just gorgeous stuff.
I really like the stylistic look of the ink job, the use of blacks on the previous page. I thought that was really good.
I see this and I literally want to pick up a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Matthew Weldon here, concept art from him.
The next page over, to your left, wrong way, the other way.
Your other left.
Your other left. Yeah.
These hands only work so well.
One more. Yeah. Sorry. Right there, the character drawings, the use of negative space there. It's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
Use of blacks.
Oh, careful.
Right.
That's why they turn out statues now.
Here's the back cover. So this is a wraparound cover.
That Soul Finder, is that still available at all, or is that
no? This is no longer available.
Okay.
Soul Finder Book 2. I think he's going to be launching that books in a couple of months.
And he'll probably have this Soul Finder 1 available again.
Probably, I think that might be the case. So.
Oh, I hope so.
Only smart business. Yeah. Looks
Nice
awesome.
looker.
Yeah. You just feel bad because like you miss out on the books. You can't afford all the good books, but luckily, I've got friends who have these books, and most of them are nice, good, caring Christian folk who will let me borrow them and read them, and they pretend like I don't have them anymore. Like, what? You loaned me that? I don't recall you loaned me that book, Eric.
Not just that, but it adds to your anticipation for picking up the next volume. So you're like going, oh, I remember seeing that when Eric unboxed it. Looks awesome. I'm going to have to buy volume 1 as well as 2.
Yeah.
I seem to remember me having an arrangement with you since we did some unboxings a while ago that I could actually have that boxed Sarah set from TKO, but I've yet to read it for some reason because it's yet to be in my position.
I keep meaning to let Eric read that one. I have some books out now. I still got to get. Zim is trying to make it through one as we speak. Eventually he'll make it through it.
Ralph's talking about Soul Finder here. Some of it has a kind of mage look to me. That's probably the impression he has from the main character. It's his best of the bunch, in his opinion.
All those books look really good. And
really good.
It makes you want to step your game up when you see what you're,
Well, and it also drives home the thought that we can stop with the impressions and thinking that the alternative books are somehow lower quality from these mainstream books. Because the 3 examples that Eric had, especially tonight, just blow away so much of the other mainstream stuff that we've seen, especially lately. In the way, the look, the feel, the colors. It's just it's an amazing time for comics. I think I said that earlier today on Rob's stream. There's just so much good product out there now. There's no way we're always going to be able to find everything right off the bat. But luckily, with the crowdfunding campaigns, they're going to offer the reprintings and leftovers on these books that everybody will be able to come in on. So,
Pop says hello, Meredith.
It's a great time for crowdfunding.
Herrenberg says, "Wow, Soul Finder is a Doug Ernst joint. Dirk Ernst joint.
It's amazing.
Looks amazing. Weldon and Dorman are prime. Got to start watching Doug's channel again. It's been a while. I think that all those books that Eric pulled up were knocked it out the park today. And so it's like, man, you start looking at your own books and start saying,
step up the game. Step up the game. The harder the community works at putting out a good product, it's just going to encourage us to lift each other up and be a part of that. And aim high for it.
What's our current number? We
number
just passed the 2-hour mark.
Speaking of aiming high, current number is, hold on, I gotta pull back. Lola's been laughing at me because
I keep telling you, make screen caps of this stuff.
Well, Lola's been laughing at me because the software that you have to use has a funny name. So when you say it, it's like, I can't say that. So right now sitting at 34,110 people listening.
Thank you so much.
34,000 here on the Indie Vault. We appreciate and love each and every one of you at Indie Vault Radio. Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. So I mean, and just to recap some of the things we did an unboxing. We had Mike Barron in here because we don't have plans for these shows sometimes. Today's one of those days.
Before we go, Meredith needs to tell her what happened on her birthday from Florida Man.
Yeah. Meredith, what happened? So you have to write
Google Florida Man and the month of birth.
Yeah.
And again, we want to bring up that campaign. Florida Man graphic novel volume 1 on Indiegogo. They're sitting at 8,632. Let's hit that and see if we've helped add any to his campaign in the short time that we've been on. 8,689, ladies and gentlemen.
And subreddit can kiss it.
Worth your time. Yes, and subreddit can kiss it. That was an amazingly great response from Mike Barron. I didn't even know it existed. Until they tossed my product. Yeah.
Imagine that. You know.
Well, they say no news is or bad news is good news. You know, especially if you want to.
Any publicity is good publicity, and this product deserves as much publicity as it can get its hands on.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Novel idea. It's a funny book.
So many of us out there. So many of us are used to, oh well, what is Reddit saying about my property, or what's going on here, and then you hear someone says, I didn't even know that thing exists. And imagine that, Kmart pulls all last call comics comics out of the store. It's like, Kmart still exists? Yeah. I didn't even know that they okay, I'm sorry, Kmart.
And Pop Sandy's such a nice guy too.
Closed like years ago.
Yeah, but you're all closed.
Look forward to having Mike Barron back on the program again.
We do. Meredith, what'd you get for Florida Man?
So Florida Man, I have the Florida Man tries to electrocute his pregnant wife by rigging the car battery to the front door.
Oh, that's right. That was yours.
That was mine. Yeah.
So that poor woman in relationship with Florida Man, pregnant with his child. Shocking results.
Shocking.
Well, the second one on the list is Florida men arrested for allegedly stealing $500,000 of tequila on New Year's Eve.
There we go.
There we go. Because I was thinking $500,000. Hey, Florida man's thinking, but then it's tequila.
Tequila. Yeah.
Florida man's not thinking once again. Oh, Florida man, when will you learn? We're wrapping the show up, but I do want to start with Meredith. Meredith, you got a growing list of things that you're involved with. Terraform Comics is one of the newer things, unless there's some stuff you haven't told us about yet. Terraformcomics.com. They can go there, and you are the social media.
Social media, like director.
Yeah, social media director.
My title.
Director of Shield for social media, which is a daunting task, wrangling all of these crazy people together, and looking over our social media too to make sure, hey, what's that you shared? Stop it. No, she doesn't do that, but she is. She does answer a lot of that those messages. I believe she sees them first, and then you got the Comic Noob, which is.
I've got the Comic Noob, which is basically my journey into writing my first comic book, and I've got my script. It's the first draft. I'm going through a second round of edits right now before I ship it off to somebody and pay them to do a professional job on it. Mm-hmm. So that is through the Comic Book Advocates Network and Geek Insider. Mm-hmm. And so I'm also a contributing writer and one of the editors for Geek Insider and the editor-in-chief of Wild One Forever, which is a women-centric site. There's more. I'm sure there's more. And I'm exhausted. That's why I'm literally sitting in a chair that is starting to break because my ass is in it all the time.
Meredith, where are you at?
I'm in Florida.
In Florida, okay, yeah. So yeah.
So I'm actually. I heard you guys talking about Tampa Bay. I'm going to be at the Tampa Bay Comic Con this year.
Are you okay? That's I'm the only person. Me and Randy, we'll be there virtually. We're going to contact everyone because we don't trust Florida.
That's not it. We just don't have the money to get down there.
They're sending me their foreign correspondent into the strange world of Florida.
And you know what? We're going to be competing for the airwaves, Eric, because I'm going to be going live with Geek Insider also. So that'll be fun. And, maybe we'll combine forces here. And
that's if you're not stopped at the border and not let in, Eric.
Yeah.
It is a foreign
they're not going to
country,
stop me in midair.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Good.
We're
I was going to say, if you were driving down there, you'd have to keep your eyes peeled for the Cafe Risque.
I'd also be having
on the Florida side of the state line.
I'd also be having really good barbecue at the Smoking Pig in Valdosta, Georgia, near the Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah,
that is my favorite barbecue restaurant in the world.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's funny because Lola brought that up. She was like, "Man, if Eric's driving down, he could get Smoking Pig," and it was like that. It was like COVID, the biggest risk ever. smoking pig. It's like, are they open? Can we verify that they're open? Are they doing drive-through curbside, or are they?
We also would like to point out at this time that Indie Volt is available for endorsements.
Oh yeah, smoking pig. Holler at us for endorsements, man. You know that shit's delicious. I mean, listen, I'm fat now, but I would be ridiculously fat if I lived closer. And, you know, can you imagine that? Varian, where you at? Smoking pig.
I want to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't really want to tell you.
Yeah. What you doing? And you know when you fat, I'm sorry. I'm fat, so I can make fun of myself. When you're fat, you know, people we drink our drinks a little bit different. We hold the top of this big ass cup, and we took the straw off. We look on like this too.
The sweet tea was great down there too. Sweet tea, peach cobbler, best brisket. Yeah.
Eat all this delicious food, all these calories, and have the nerve to order tea. Like, I'm trying to watch my weight. I'm gonna order a tea. You just ate a 2 times the rib.
It's Southern sweet tea, man. It's like 80% sugar.
Even the cornbread got sugar in it, and you just.
I can see sometime real soon us devoting an entire podcast to the fact that con goers are foodies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I always make it a point to go to local places. I try not to go to any chains.
Yeah.
I definitely bring up the Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives app and try to find places that have been on Guy Fieri's show. And it's like, it's fun. It's part of the game.
Yeah, cool. It makes it a little bit funner. It makes it fun to be able to go to visit those places rather than go back to your hotel room and order a pizza.
Yeah.
Or,
unless you're in Chicago and you got a Giordano's, and it's different.
Let me tell you something.
Breakfast of champions.
You eat a Giordano's pizza, you eat it in your hotel room if you're Varian, because it's coming back out in 2 hours.
See, Chicago, I got to go with Illuminati's.
Excuse what? What kind of what?
Hey, if you say it too fast, it sounds like Illuminati. It's Illuminati's.
That's how they hide here. That's how they hide.
That's how they get you.
Good job. You just thank you for joining us. Dreaded Dinosaur, where can they find you at, sir?
I am at Dreaded Dinosaur on all the major outlets. If you follow the Darren McCarty podcast, I was a guest of his today talking about wrestling art, and all that good stuff. You can go to Webtoon and read Dreaded Dinosaur Man, EricHudson.com. Check out my art. And I also have a new show, which should be on the Indie Volt Network if he did his job. A podcast called Broke Money Hustle that I have a co-host, TJ Trico, our friend, and we talk about if you're poor, how you can grow your money and invest in the stock market, gold, silver, crypto. We touch on those things and try to give ourselves an education and bring everybody along the ride with us.
And Mr. Secret Agent Zim.
Secret Agent Zim. Randy Zim here. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. I tweet every once in a while, but not very often. I have the Zim Geek channel over on YouTube. That's ZIMMGEEK. That there's new content. I swear it's coming. I swear it'll be up there sooner or later. And plus, I'm here on Indie Vault Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and every once in a while on Geekgasm and over at the Art of War every once in a while.
I need to inject something emergency status.
Uh-oh.
I just got a message from Douglas Ernst, and he says, thank you for doing the unboxing on the show. I can definitely get people copies if they shoot me a line at Douglas Ernst at douglasernst.blog.
That's the Soul Finder book, right?
Nice. That's the Soul Finder book.
Yes. Awesome,
Doug, are you out there? Are you watching?
Thanks a lot for listening.
You need to come on, Doug.
Oh, I'm telling you, we got a lot more people watching us than you realize.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You need to come on, Doug.
Plus people all over the world, which is awesome.
Of course, I want to thank myself for being here today. The most important person. Thank you, Varian, for being here. You are remarkable. You are gorgeous. You are gorgeous, Varian. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise.
Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that? Everybody on Facebook today said it.
There we go.
They all said it. I'm hot. I have people threatening to shoot my club up, okay?
Problem is now she's going to have numerous Facebook accounts, fake Facebook accounts. So.
Well, it's funny. I did have a gentleman from Lagos today message me and tell me I was a beautiful mother of the earth, and he really wanted to get to know me, and I had to break his heart and let him know that I'm actually
Time to do a little bit of that catfishing. How rich are you after all?
Yeah. So thank you for watching, everyone. Listen, if you want to send in a question, you can do so. It is very easy to do that.
Please
can message us. You can message us right over on IndieVote Live at indievote.com. Include IndieVote Live in the subject, and please keep those emails to 90 words or less. And maybe, just maybe, we will include your email in that week's show.
We should probably change that to a probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. just send us a letter. Send us a question.
Yeah.
So you could even send us a statement, but we can't guarantee that we'll be nice.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll make fun of you. We will.
Well, especially if you start your email off with "sup ass boys."
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's got to go on a t-shirt, by the way. That's coming to the Indie Vote shop pretty soon.
Thank you to whoever drew that for leaving me out of it.
Yeah. That'd be Randy. Yeah, we should have added Eric in there.
I need that. I'll do a little bit of animation and have Rob kind of poke up between the two and poke back down. Just whoop, boom, rise and fall. You can be hilarious.
If you want to join the host of people who listen tonight, final number right now, Indie Vote Radio, right now 36800. Thank you so much for listening.
And remember to tell your friends. And quite frankly, we don't even know who's going to be showing up on this program.
Yeah, sometimes we don't.
And
know.
You never know who's going to be stopping by.
Yeah.
So, like the great Mike Barron today.
Indie Vote Radio. You can find it on Google Play. Type in Indie Vote Radio. It is free, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Music, entertainment news, indie news. This show, other shows that we have, this exclusive to the radio. Essence House is on there. Very good stuff. Check it out. If you have an Apple phone, download the Streamer app. You're going to type in radio, Indie Vote Radio, and you'll find Indie Vote Radio that way. Again, it's 100% free. You're definitely going to love it. Also, if you are watching TV, we have our own over-the-top network, which is like Netflix, Indie Vote TV. A lot of independent movies from directors that I know and writers that I know that have been talented and skilled enough to put their own movies out, as well as some of the content from our YouTube station, and a lot of it is uncut. There are some exclusive things up there that we don't get to put on the YouTube because we know it would get us banned. So it is up there on Indie Vote TV as well. So check that out.
We'll have to start doing that on a regular basis, a band stream.
Exactly. Is there a Geekgasm tomorrow?
If I can get some gas.
Yeah. So there is a Geekgasm tomorrow. Tentatively, we know Randy and I'll be back with you Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Thursday morning at 9 a.m.
on Indie Vote. Geekgasm.
Geekgasm tomorrow night at 9
tomorrow night. Yep.
p.m.
And then that great breakfast buzz at 9 a.m. And those are Eastern Standard Time, so you'll have to adjust your clock and schedule accordingly.
That's right.
And don't forget to send in those comments. IndieVolt at IndieVolt or IndieVolt Live at IndieVolt.com. And there's no question too small, too silly, too stupid, or too deep. Just remember, your feedback will be better because of our feedback will be better because of your setback.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hashtag get an education. Hashtag IndieVolt.
That's right. Everybody, thanks for joining us. We will see you all very soon. Till then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, you're
not owned by Disney.
Not yet, but we are available.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
I'll take us out. Everybody be careful, be healthy, be good. We'll see you soon. Tomorrow night, Geekgasm. Thursday morning, Breakfast Buzz. Take care.
Think about what you've accomplished.